Hi everybody, I am feeling a bit better. In case you guys haven't noticed, I was hospitalized for a couple of days for some severe blood loss from an energy and a wound that I had been carrying around for a very long time on my body, and it just pulled blood and it decided to burst one day. So if that's not indicative of an emotional and spiritual release, I don't know what is. I am fine, I am resting. I'm able to channel again, but it just goes to show that sometimes old wounds do come back for the purpose of being released. So don't take that lightly. Bottom of the deck, we've got we've got Two of Cups and we've got Sun. So whatever is coming up for a release, just based on what I've just said, is being released with the purpose of getting you aligned with your higher and greatest good. So trust and believe that and understand that and know that it could be wounds around partnerships and what you consider to be happiness, okay? That's the first message. I do think that's going to be consistent to some of the energies I pull for this weekend. And today is the 1st of October, so we're heading into the last couple of weeks of Libra season. Mercury will go direct again in just a couple of days, and then we have that funky old shadow period. And then we're going to head into Scorpio season, which is going to be all about transformation. And I feel like things are going to be transforming in connections and in what we consider to be happiness. So let's see how we're being prepared for that this weekend. Okay, 8 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, Hanged Man, and 10 of... Okay, this is like funky dunk. This is heavy, but it doesn't need to be heavy if you've got the right perspective on it, right? Because you're being advised that things are still moving forward. Now, we could be nearing this sort of release that I was talking about, and that's when things are starting to feel really uncomfortable for you. You know deep down inside that things are moving forward, that all the releases coming up are guiding you towards a new way forward, that everything being released is just preparing you for the beautiful things to come. It just doesn't feel great as you're doing it. It puts you in a very indecisive and conflicting state of mind. You do not like the lack of control that you have over how things can happen, so you might be trying to control things, and things, as much as they feel like are moving, are just not happening fast enough for you, and that itself is quite burdensome. So I'm seeing that there needs to be more patience and a shift in perspective on how this release needs to come about and where it can take you. Listen, did I think that a blood vessel was going to burst, an old wound in my leg? No, absolutely not. But it happened, and I had to flow with it, okay? It required me to withdraw for a certain bit. You know what's so interesting, guys, is for whatever reason... Okay, that card fell out. I'm looking at this. Soulmate connection and commitment coming. It's just sitting here like this, out in the open. And the card here is trust. So we need to be able to trust that things are moving along. I'm seeing that a lot of us are pressuring ourselves to enter connections that we don't want to be in, or rushing things along that are going against the natural order of things in a commitment that you're in right now, or in a connection that you're experiencing. You have to be able to trust that this process is happening the way it needs to, even if it feels a little shitty. You need to be able to shift your perspective towards the trust and knowing that it's all happening for your greatest good. No action is required from you. You just need to sit back and relax. So let's see what else we need to know. Oh, the card's just sitting there. Is there anything else face up? No. So when you least expect it, a new opportunity presents itself. That's what I'm understanding here. A new opportunity towards what? Mm. Okay, I know I'm silent right now, but that's just because I'm just, this is sticking out for me. Okay. Oh. I do feel that some of you who are in relationships or connections or situationships are going to end that. I do feel like this energy is supporting you moving forward, and that's going to be moving forward to your independence and your sovereignty. And I don't see that independence. Listen, you can have sovereignty and independence still being in a relationship with somebody, okay? But I'm seeing that this particular point in your life is encouraging you to separate yourself from the things that you're attached to right now, because you're attached. You're not connected, you're attached. You're attached to ways of being, you're attached to outcomes. I think you could be trauma bonding with somebody. You could be identifying with your wounds with somebody. And when you trauma bond and connect through your wounds, it's not always healthy unless you're both vibrating at a certain place in your life where you're coming into more conscious awareness and choosing to heal. Otherwise, those wounds just keep repeating itself. And I'm being told that a lot of you are being encouraged to just take a break and just be with yourself. There is this idea of having to build trust within yourself, for yourself, by yourself, so that you can strengthen your core. Okay? That's what I'm seeing here. So I'm seeing that we're gonna start entertaining conversations about moving forward, moving away, ending things. And it might be uncomfortable, but it's what's required and it's the need of the hour. But you can do this responsibly, okay? It doesn't need to be this horrifically terrifying, trauma-induced conversation. And it has higher learning. Setting yourself away from the situation leads to your rebirth, leads to you acting on the guidance that you've been receiving and actually coming into more conscious awareness and healing. I'm already feeling that a lot of you are being guided towards this, but you're resisting because this requires change. This conversation could be uncomfortable. You might be a little concerned about somebody's reaction to the conversation, but it's setting you free. It is setting you free. Five of Cups. Three of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. You know, what I'm being told here right now is that as you undergo this process, it's going to be very important for you to be very aware of what is going and what your decisions are and how you're choosing to move these energies forward. Because it's in this reflection that you'll be able to neatly put things away so you can walk towards these two cups here. And these two cups here is that relationship and that connection you're looking for. Okay, that happiness that you're looking for. But it requires you having to neatly put away the past, understanding that it's over, not crying over spilt milk anymore, and accepting the lessons that you've been shown. It's in this reflection that you'll accept the lessons you're being shown. You'll be able to act out on the guidance and walk towards your rebirth. If you don't effectively allow yourself this process, you're not going to be able to step into the joy and the wonderful ability to attain your abundance and the stability that you desire individually within your sovereignty and independence. Because as you stabilize yourself in this individualized energy, it's when beautiful new commitments come along. Okay? But right now you're struggling to even separate yourself to allow this process to go through. But as you undergo this process, it's very important that you are aware, you reflect, and you consciously learn the lessons and at least make notes on those lessons so you know how you're moving forward. Because if you just allow this to happen and you don't exercise any sort of conscious awareness through it, you run the risk of repeating cycles, and you do not want that. You're here to learn, to release, and keep things moving forward, okay? So that's the message for today. I really do think this is going to be happening over the next couple of weeks, especially in Libra season, where we're being supported by the energies to balance things out, where our decisions will be supported by the divine. And then as we go into Scorpio season, I do see that individualized transformation taking place. So prepare yourself. Go through this. Take it step by step. Listen to what you're being shown and honor your healing. And you'll see a lot of success moving forward.